Hello everyone, how are you today? Today we will study page 56. This is lesson 23. Here on page 56 there's a vocabulary section, and here we will study phrasal verbs. Well, phrase, I guess you already know what it is, phrase. Well, in Korean, phrase is 구. So what does that mean, phrase or 구? Well, that is one chunk of words. So it is not just one word, but there are several or a few words. But those words together function as just one word. Then you can call it phrase. 구라고 하는 거죠, 구. So for example, okay. Okay, well, just StarCraft 2 just released. Well, I just saw the demonstration. Have you seen it? With graphics, fantastic. Well, I just saw the demonstration of Terran, the species, the only species, Terran there. Well, there were no Zerg or Protoss in this demonstration. But anyway, well, it was really fantastic, graphic. And it's a bit bloody and a little bit scary. You know, Marines, that little people, when they died, well, of course, they make noises like, ugh, ugh, like that. But the problem is, when they die, there's so much blood, and their bones and everywhere. So it's a bit brutal. Anyway, so I just gave you just this example. Like, my hobby is this part. This part has many words, like to, play, StarCraft, to, like this. But these words, this chunk of words, function as just one noun. So, 나의 취미는 뭐 스타크래프트 2를 노는 것이 아니죠. 플레이하는 것입니다. 그래서 플레이하는 것, 이렇게 한 chunk, 한 덩어리로 이루어지잖아요. 이런 것을 구라고 하는 거죠. 영어로는 phrase. 그런데 이런 식으로 구의 특성을 가진 동사, phrasal verb라고 하면 동사이긴 동사인데, 동사 하나만 있는 게 아니고, 그게 이제 여러 가지, 한 두 개. It's more than two words. So it functions as just one verb. Then you can call it phrasal verb. Okay? So here we will study a phrasal verb. 보통 in Korean 이어동사 뭐 이렇게 얘기하죠. 이제 이게 phrasal verb. 보통 동사 플러스 adverb. 부사를 이렇게 섞여서 이게 하나의 phrasal verb가 주로 되죠. 근데 여기서 우리가 좀 신경 써줘야 할 것은 in phrasal verb, well, literally, well, or idiomatically, these words, these verbs can be interpreted different ways. For example, idiom. Well, first, I think I should explain what idiom is. Well, people just know idiom, just something that I should memorize. 그냥 뭐 수고 같은 거 이렇게 생각을 하는데요. Well, actually, that is quite right. But more precisely, idiom is some expression that you should know in advance. Otherwise, there is no way to know the exact meaning of that expression. Well, for example, maybe you guys have already heard this expression, like when it's pouring outside. If it's raining a lot outside, then you say something like, oh, it's raining cats and dogs. Have you heard of it? Well, cats and dogs. Okay, in this case, you know raining, you know cats and dogs. You know each word. But can you guess what this sentence means? Well, actually this means it's raining a lot. Like, so cats and dogs, well, cats and dogs are just raining outside. 그러니까 너무 많이 부니까 너무 비바람과 심하게 불면은 옆에 있는 cats and dogs sometimes because of the circulation of the air, cats and dogs they just go up to the air and then they come down again, right? 뭐 이렇게 흙 같은 거 막 묻잖아요. 비 많이 오면 그런 것처럼 흙이 올라가서 밑으로 내려온 거죠. 그러니까 you just exaggerate the phenomenon. So those animals just go up to the air and come down with the rain. In this case, you can say this. So this kind of thing is called idiom. So you, even though you know each word, if you don't know the meaning of this idiom, then it's a bit hard to guess the original meaning. And this is idiom. So in phrasal verb, idiomatic and just literally. There are two ways. So literally, well, literal. So literal, that means you just interpret, you just translate the words just word by word. And that makes sense. It's quite easy to understand. Then just, that's just literal use. And this one, it's hard to understand. You got to know the meaning in advance. Then you can say, that's idiomatic. So 이 두 가지로 나눠서 구분할 수 있는데 이제 이거 두 개 다 한번 다뤄보도록 하겠어요. 즉, phrasal verb 여러 가지 단어들이 묶여서 하나의 단어처럼 행동하는 것을 구라고 하고 그 중에서 이제 phrasal verb라고 하면 verb 동사이긴 한데 동사 플러스 여러 가지가 묶여서 하나의 동사처럼 행동하는 거 그거가 이제 phrasal verb 이어 동사라고 보면 되겠어요. 그런데 그 이어 동사에는 이렇게 두 가지 용법이라고나 할까요? 하나는 idiomatic, 즉 그 idiom, 수거처럼 외워줘야 하는 뜻이 있는가 하면 또는 그냥 여기 이렇게 verb plus adverb, 부사죠. 이런 것들이 뭉쳐서 요거 단어 그냥 말 그대로 해석하면 뜻이 되어지는, 즉 literally 해석할 수 있는 케이스. 이렇게 두 가지가 있다. phrasal verb의 두 가지 그 해석할 수 있는 방법 이거가 있어요. 자, 그러면 number one. Here, in these pairs of sentences, one meaning of the phrasal verb is literal and the other is idiomatic. Say which is which. So here, there are 5 things, well, from number 1 to 5. Well, for each, there are 2 sentences. So for one, that must be idiomatic and the other must be literal. So we should find out which is which, okay? Okay, number 1. Let's look at number 1. And the sentence A, it says, the plane has just taken off. Okay, take off. Well, literally, if you say like, take off your clothes, take off something, means take and off. Off means like you detach something. 그래서 뭔가를 떼어내는 거죠. take 하면 뭔가 가져오면서 떼어내는 거. 그럼요? take off means remove something. So if you say take off something, that means remove something, get rid of something. And here, but the plane has just taken off. But in this case, it doesn't mean that you take it off. I mean, you just remove it. It doesn't mean like that. It means it leaves the ground and start flying, right? Start flying. So this one is, yes, idiomatic uses. 그러니까 관용적 표현 내지는 뭐 수거적인 거. So 미리 애워줘야 되는 거죠. 외워줘야 되는 거. And B번 같은 경우에 please take off your coat and sit down. Well, in this case, it's just a literal. So you remove your clothes. You remove your coat and sit down. So B is a literal and A is idiomatic. So take off. Well, before we move on to number 2, I will kind of summarize. take off에 대해서 잠깐 얘기를 해볼게요. 똑같은 take off라고 하더라도 여러 가지 situation에서 actually it depends on the situations where you are in. So it's up to the situation really that you are describing now. So if it's just like an airport situation, like the airplane just took off, that means airplane started flying, right? So the first one is airplane takes off. Airplane leaves the ground and starts flying. And if a product or business or activity, if these kind of things takes off, well, it has quite similar meaning. It leaves the ground and starts flying. It's quite similar. That means these things get very successful. It goes off. 와, 되게 잘 되고 있어. 장사 잘 돼. 뭐 이런 거 있죠? 장사 잘 돼. 이 상품 잘 팔려. So, this product went off, took off. Well, actually at first, this business wasn't really popular. But now, people really love it. So, the business took off. 이렇게 쭉 가다가 슉 인기가 많아질 때, 그럴 때 이런 표현도 쓸 수 있어요. Okay, and how about this? Yes, time을 떼는 것. And if you take some time off your work, that means you get the permission that you can take a rest and you don't need to go to work for a certain period of time. 그러니까 며칠 휴가 얻는 거. Well, today this is my day off. 이렇게 말할 수 있죠? 그래서 I will take a few days off my work. That means I will just have some holidays for a few days. Okay. These, number 1, number 2, and number 3. And these are idiomatic uses of take off. 아까 literally 우리가 배웠을 때는 그냥 벗는 거, 떼어내는 거. 그거는 그냥 literal, 문자 그대로. 그리고 여기에 있는 것은 idiom으로 알고 있어야지 해석할 수 있는 거. 이렇게 정리해봤어요. 자, 그러면 okay, now let's move on to number 2. A, oh no, the lights have gone out again. B, if you go out, take an umbrella. It's going to rain. Well, here, A, the lights have gone out. Well, actually, this is present perfect. Have pee-pee. 그렇죠? Have pee-pee 용법은 제가, like I said before, 개경험 완결 이거였죠. 여기서 근데 lights가 무슨 계속 나가버리는 걸 계속 하는 것이 아니죠. 막 나가서 이제 it stops shining. 그래서 완료, 결과의 의미가 되는 거죠. So the lights have gone out. Well, if you say go out, that means it stops shining. 불이 나갔다. 이 정도가 되겠어요. 우리도 나갔다. 야, 이거 나갔다. 뭐 이러잖아요. 어딜 뭐 밖으로 나가는 게 아니고. Okay, number B, if you go out, well, here it's literal. Well, you just go outside. You don't stay inside. So in this case, it's a literal. So if you go out, take an umbrella, it's going to rain. So A번은 idiomatic, B번은 literal. 이렇게 되겠어요. 그러면 이번에도 go out에 대해서 literal 한 거 말고 idiomatic 한 것 중에서 우리가 좀 알아놔야 하는 거 정리 한번 해볼게요. 자, go out. The first one, yes, we just studied. Yeah, a light. In this case, a light just stops shining. And next one. Well, this one, I guess many people already know the meaning of this. Go out with someone. That means you have a relationship with this person, maybe romantically or just socially. 그냥 그 사람하고 나가서 논다? Or you can say you date this person. Go out with 하면 누구랑 뭐 사귀다. 내지는 그냥 나가서 놀다도 되죠? 그냥 socially you just mingle with people. In that case, you can say this. Okay, and a type of thing. Okay, how about this one? Well, a type of thing goes out. Well, a type. For example, like fashion. Or any kind of some product that can be popular or not popular. So, 어머, 요즘 누가 그런 거 입니? 뭐 이런 거 있잖아요. It's out. 그 시대? 유행 지났어요. 이렇게 말할 때. Well, it went out. It already went out maybe last year. Nobody wears that kind of fashion. Or, it is very popular, then the opposite as in. Oh, this is in. 요즘 이게 유행이야. 이런 거 있죠? This is in. Actually, it's a short form of it's in the trend or it's in the fashion. But you just omit the last part. 뭐 fashion, 그다음에 trend 이걸 빼는 거죠. So, it is out. 한물 갔어. 뭐 이 정도. 그래서 어떤 type, 어떤 fashion이 it went out, it goes out 하면 it's not trendy anymore. Okay, and let's move on to number 3. Here, A, on the phone. Hello, hello, I can't hear you. I think we've been cut off. Well, 여보세요, 여보세요, 이런 거죠. I can't hear you very well. I think we've been cut off. And B, she cut off a big piece of meat and gave it to the dog. Okay, what do you think about B? Cut off something? That means it's literally, she just cuts physically this thing. 여기서는 big piece of meat. She cuts off big piece of meat and then give these pieces to the dog. So it's just literal. 문자 그대로 해석하는 거죠. 그래서 B번 같은 경우에는 literal. And A번 같은 경우 전화해서 hello, hello. I can't hear you. I guess we've been cut off. Well, in this case, being or get cut off means disconnected. The line is disconnected, so you can't talk on the phone anymore. So you once get through, you can reach the other person on the phone. So you're talking, blah, 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 blah. But suddenly you can't hear the other. You can't hear the other person on the line. That you can say, oh, it got disconnected, or I guess the line is cut off. 끊긴 것 같아. 뭐 이 정도죠. 아니면 얘 자꾸 끊긴다. 뭐 이런 거 있죠. 그런 케이스가 되겠어요. 그러면은 about phone situation. Well, because these days many people use cell phones. Cell phone 보면은 the reception. Well, there's an antenna mark on the small screen. 이거 뭐 몇 칸 남았어. 뭐 이러잖아요. 이렇게 한 칸밖에 없고. 그러면 야, 여기 전파가 잘 안 터져. 전파라고 하나요? 전화가 안 터져. 뭐 이런 거 있죠? How can you say that? Well, you can just simply say, the reception is bad here. reception이 나쁘다. 그래서 잘 안 받는다. 이 정도가 되겠어요? It's just 참고로 얘기했습니다. 자, 그러면은 여기서 A번은 이제 전화가 자꾸 끊긴다는 뜻으로서 쓰인 거, 즉 idiomatic이 되겠죠? 자, 그러면 이번에도 한번 cut off에 대해서 정리를 해볼게요. 자, cut off. 그 문자 그대로 해석하는 것은 그 뭐 자르다 이거였었고, 그러면 idiomatic. idiomatically 어떻게 우리가 해석을 할 수 있을 것인가 한번 보겠어요. 먼저 우리 A번에서 나왔던 거는 끊긴다였죠? 그리고 supply라고 하면 어떤 거 제공하는 걸 말하는 거죠. So, cut off a supply of something. That means they stop providing something to you. So, for example, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, somehow, actually it was in the middle of winter, and it was really cold when I woke up. 너무 추운 거예요. So I turned up the heater, But still, it didn't work. So cold. No hot water. And I even turned on my gas burner. The burner, no flame. It didn't work. So, what? What the? And I went outside, and then there was a valve. 그 가스 밸브 있잖아요. 거기 이렇게 쭉 내려가 있는 거예요. Oh, what's wrong with this? And I got this notice, like, it's like blue. And then 가스, 도시가스 뭐 중단. 뭐 이런 거. 그런 거 당했어요. Because I kind of like forgot to pay the bills. So they just cut off the supply of gas. 그러니까 가스 자른 거예요. 그럼 어처구니 없는. In the middle of the winter, it was so cold. So I was like, what? And I called, and then, what's going on? And the other person on the phone explained what was going on because you didn't pay the bill. But I really paid the bill. So actually, there was kind of misunderstanding. So they shouldn't have cut off my gas supply. So they kind of apologized, and 다시 I could use my gas again. Anyway, but it was really ridiculous experience. 파란 쪽지. So I kind of took a photo of it as a souvenir to memorize. 기념사진도 찍어놨어요. 도시가스 중단, 통보. 이런 거 내가 당하다니. So in this case, cut off a supply. So it can be gas or water or electricity. They cut off the electricity. 뭐 전기를 끊었어. 전기 끊겼어. 뭐 이런 말 나오죠? 한국말로도 이럴 때. Or if you don't pay your cell phone bill, then your cell phone gets cut off. 그럴 때는 아예 전화가 안 되게 끊긴 거죠? 아까 if you are on the phone, the line is cut off, that means it has very bad connection. It got kind of disconnected. But if you just say my phone is cut off, that means you can't use your phone at all. Like you can't even get through. 그러니까 첫 번째 거 전화하다가 being cut off 하면 전화는 되는데 중간에 끊긴 거 말하는 거고요. 아예 처음부터 phone is cut off 이렇게 말하면 전화도 되지 않는 거죠. 아예 그냥 죽은 거. 네, 그런 케이스가 되겠어요. 자, 그러면요. 그 다음 거. cut somewhat. How's this? If you talk with somebody and then you want to say something like, oh, excuse me, but I don't agree with you. 잠깐, 나 그렇게 생각하지 않아. 이렇게 막 끼어들 때 있죠? 그럴 때, well, sorry to interrupt. 뭐, 방해해서 미안하지만, 중간에 끼어들어서 미안하지만. So, interrupt. Well, in another way, you can say, I'm sorry to cut you off. Well, during and the middle of the conversation, if you just stop the other person from speaking, that means you cut off. You cut the other person off in conversation. 그럴 때 가로막다. 뭐 딱 자르다. 말 잘라서 미안한데 이 정도가 되는 거죠. 그러니까 우리나라 말 비슷하죠? cut off. 자르다. Okay. And 뭐 여기까지인데요. 잠깐 참고로. 이건 잠깐 참고예요. It is a little bit different from this situation, but so many people make this mistake, so I will just explain. Cut the price 하면 discount. So, could you please give me a discount? Or, could you please cut the price? 똑같은 뜻이에요. 그런데 값을 깎아주세요. 깎다. So some people say, can you cut off the price? 그러면 it sounds really awkward. Cut off, that means just physically you cut something off. So like if there is a tag in a clothes, then you cut off the tag. 쭉, 쭉, like this. But you can't really cut off the price. You just cut the price. Okay? 그래서 off 쓰지 않는다. 이렇게 쓰면 이상하다. 값 깎아달랄 때 할 때는 쓰지 않는다. 그냥 just cut the price 이렇게 되겠어요. Okay, now let's move on to number 4. Here, A. She looked up and smiled. B. I looked up the word in the dictionary. A. She looked up and smiled. Well, in this case, actually the action. She looked up, like the direction. So where she's looking at, upward. So look up. So it's kind of literal. 말 그대로, 문자 그대로 표현한 거죠. So literal 되겠고요. Number B, I looked up the word. Well, if you look up something, that means you do some research to figure out what the meaning of this word is. 그러니까 뭐 단어 뜻을 찾다, 이 정도 되겠죠? 그래서 this one, it's idiomatic. A번은 literal, B번은 idiomatic. 이렇게 되겠죠? Well, as for number 4, I thought there were not many things to cover. So 이렇게 정리하는 거는 4번은 안 하고 I will just skip it. Okay? 별로 많지가 않아서요. Number 5. A. Can you pick up my pen for me? It's under your chair. B. I picked up some Italian when I was working in Rome. Well, here, number A. Can you pick up my pen? It's under your chair. So the pen is, well, you need to lift it up. So it's literal. So literally, you just pick it up. 줍는 거 말하는 거죠. You lift it up from lower position to higher position. Then just pick up something. So it is a literal. But B, I picked up some Italian. 이탈리안을 아래에서 이렇게 올리는 건 아니잖아요. 이럴 때에는 you just learn without any special effort. 그냥 자연스럽게 you acquire Italian even before you know. 알기도 전에 그냥 나도 모르게 알게 되는 케이스 이런 거예요. 자, 그러면 well, this case, pick up. Well, if you pick up a skill or knowledge, in that case, you acquire this skill without putting some effort. You just naturally acquire this skill. Then you can say, I just picked up this language. 이렇게 되는 거죠. So, if you just live in like English-speaking country, even though you don't spend a lot of effort in learning English, because you listen and hear and talk everywhere, somehow just you pick up English there. 그냥 자연스럽게. In that case, you can say that. So, well, maybe someone can ask you, whoa, well, your English is really good. Where did you learn it? And then maybe you can say, well, actually, you know what? I just picked up my English, a lot of my English in American Headway Blue. Well, because Kate speaks a lot, and then you just listen and watch her, and then just before you notice, suddenly, no, not suddenly, just gradually you kind of pick up a lot of English. Just you don't pay too much attention or effort, but just sit there, listen, and then you acquire the skill. In that case, pick up a skill or idea. So I picked up some English in American Headway Blue class. 자, 그 다음 거요. An equipment or device picks up some signal or wave. 한국말로 하자면 뭐 전파가 잘 잡혀. 뭐 이런 거 있죠? So like for example, my television picks up Italian channel. 돈도 안 듣는데 케이블 텔레비 나와. 뭐 이런 가능한가요, 그게? I don't know if it's possible, but maybe. Then you can say, you know what? I didn't even pay for this, but somehow my television picks up the channel. Well, it's good. 자, 그러면요. In this case, picks up some signal. That means it receives the signals. It detects the signals. Okay? How's this one? Pick up some speed. Well, actually, I don't have a driver's license, so I don't know. But I guess, well, some of you guys have a driver's license. Well, you start the engine, vroom, vroom, like that. You start the engine, and then you pull away your car from the parking lot. And then when you go to the main road, then you 밟아, right? In that case, you can say, you pick up the speed. 그러니까 speed, 속도가 붙었다, 속도가 났다, 뭐 이런 식으로 표현하죠, 한국말로도. 그래서 my car picked up speed 이렇게 말할 수 있겠어요. 자, 그러면 요렇게 했고요. 그 다음에 well, actually this one is quite easy, so 할까 말까 좀 생각을 했었는데 그래도 make sure 하는 차원에서 이거는 I guess most of you guys know this. Like pick up someone. Well, you wait there, then I will pick you up by my car. 데리러 갈게, 거죠? 아니면 거기 책을 맡겼다. 그러면 그거를 가지러 가겠다. Okay, I will pick it up at like around 4 o'clock. 4시에 찾으러 갈게요. 그럴 때 pick up 쓰죠. 자, 이 정도까지 하고요. 자, 그러면요. We just covered from number 1 to number 5, like idiomatic expressions, where these phrasal verbs can mean just literally word by word, and at the same time, according to the context and situations, it can mean something different. So, kind of, 눈치가 있어줘야 되겠죠? 눈치. So, you should use your common sense. In this case, it is better, way better to translate it in idiomatic way or literal way. 이렇게 딱딱 알아주셔야 되겠어요. Okay. Now, let's move on. Well, on the same page 56, this time number 3, here. Complete each pair of sentences below. 아래에 있는 센텐스 그 페어들을 완성해라 이거죠. With one of the phrasal verbs from the box. So we should choose the most appropriate expression in the blank. So let's check these expressions in the box first. The first one, get along with. Well, get along with? Well, this is a quite good expression. Well, I hope. Well, actually, these 5 are all good. Yeah, so I recommend that you memorize these expressions and use them in daily life conversations. Or here, the first one, get along with, that means you have really good relationships with this person or someone. And so, get along with, well, at the end of this expression, with someone. So there should be person or people with someone who has some personality. It's not just something. It should be someone. 어떤 사람이 와야 된다는 거죠. 누구누구랑 잘 지낸다. 이렇게 해야 되니까. 그래서 with 뒤에는 사람이 와줘야 되겠어요. 그리고 여기서 put up with. The second one. Put up with. That means you endure something. You tolerate something. Or you stand something. 뭔가를 참아낸다. 이런 얘기죠. 억지로 참는 거, 견뎌내는 거. So, the meaning of this has kind of implies something negative. So, at the end, like put up with, at the end, there should be something kind of negative. 어떤 좀 부정적인 것을 참아준다 이런 얘기가 나오죠. 뭐 좋은 걸 참는다 이러진 않잖아요. So, to make sense, you should put something kind of negative at the end. Put up with something bad. Okay? And the third one, run out of. In this case, first, idiomatically, it means run out of something. That means you have almost none of something. It's just there is only a little bit left. You used it up. 다 써버린 그런 케이스를 말하는 거죠. Or, just literally, you run. 뛰어나가는 거죠. And out of somewhere. 어디로부터 바깥으로 뛰어나가다. So run out of this building. 이 빌딩에서 뛰쳐나가세요. It is dangerous. 이런 경우. 그럴 때에는 literal. 그렇지만 I guess we are running out of time. 시간이 좀 모자라는 것 같군요. We don't have much time. 이럴 때는 또 run out of를 쓸 수 있죠. Okay, the next one. Looking forward to. Here, looking forward to. 이 to는요, is it to infinitive or preposition? Well, this is quite important. And, well, if you are in middle school or high school, well, even like university, well, there are many English problems, questions in a test like this. 뭐 to 뒤, 이거 뒤에는 뭐 동사 원형 오냐, 아니면 뭐 동명사 오냐, 아니면 명사 오냐. 뭐 either noun or gerund 이렇게 써야 되는 거예요. 이런 거 시험 문제 나오죠? 아주 단골감인데요. Looking forward to에서 이 to는 it is preposition. So therefore to 다음에는 noun or gerund가 와야 되죠. 그러니까 명사나 동명사가 와줘야 된다. 투부정사, 동사 원형이 띄고 온다? 말이 안 되는 거예요. Grammatically, it's wrong. Okay? So here, anyway, the meaning of this expression, looking forward to something, that means you anticipate it. You wait for this. You really are eager to do something. So, I can't wait. 더 이상 못 기다리겠어. 너무 좋아. 하고 싶어. 이런 케이스가 바로 looking forward to가 되는 거죠. So in this case, what do you think? Is it positive or negative? You really want something. So, just using your common sense, at the end of this expression, there must be something really positive, something that you really want. 정말 원하는 게 와야죠. 너무 기대된다. 뭐 매 맞는 거. 뭐 이러진 않을 거예요. 그죠? 뭐 좀 특별한 케이스에는 그럴 수도 있겠습니다만. 그래서 looking forward to something positive가 와야 된다. And the last one, come up with something, come up with some idea or a solution. That means you think of some good ideas. 어떤 좋은 생각을 해내는 것을 말하는 거죠. 자, 그래서 come up with 다음에는 생각 같은 거, solution or idea가 와줘야 돼요. 그래서 어떤 생각 났다. 그래서 well, if you are in some difficult situation and you and your friends should come up with some good idea, in that case, well, somehow an idea comes to you, then you can, I've got an idea. I came up with this good idea. 나 생각났어. 생각해냈어. 이렇게 표현할 수 있어요. Okay, now let's look at number one. The first sentence, how do you manage to blank the noise from your neighbors? Here, the noise from your neighbors. It is something negative, right? Negative 한 것이 올 수 있는 것은, like I explained right before, the first one, get along with. This case, there should be person after this. 사람이 와줘야 된다고 했죠. 사람과 잘 지내는 거니까. 근데 the noise is not a person. And the second case, bad behavior. Like the second sentence is, some parents have to blank bad behavior from their kids. Like bad behavior, that's not a person. So, get along with is not right for number one. How about the second one? Put up with. Put up with, 뭔가 참다. You tolerate something. So, here, it is something negative, right? 그래서 put up with가 적절하게 되겠어요. So, the first one, let's check it again. How do you manage to put up with all the noise from the neighbors? 그럼 소음을 어떻게 참으세요? 이런 얘기죠. And the second one, some parents have to put up with bad behavior from their kids. Yes, sometimes you should do that. But if you just put up with bad behavior all the time, then you kind of spoil your children. 버릇없게 되죠? Okay, let's move on. Number two, I'm broke. Well, I'm broke, that means you don't have much money. Actually, almost none. I have to blank an idea for making money. Well, here, an idea. 어떤 아이디어를 그러면 아까 아이디어가 나올 만한 게 뭐였죠? In the box. Yes, come up with an idea. 생각해내는 것에는 come up with를 쓴다고 했잖아요. 그래서 come up with. And the second one, we need to blank a solution to this problem. 이 문제에 대한 솔루션 또한 either an idea or a solution. In that case, just come up with가 되겠죠? 자, 그러면요. 여기서 그 2번 같은 경우에 생각해내야 된다니까 come up with 맞겠고요. 자, 3번. Let's move on to number 3. He has the photocopier blank paper again? 여기서 has, 즉 의문문의 형태로 나왔죠? 뭐뭐 합니까? 이렇게요. 자, 일단 photocopier and paper. Well, think about the relationship between photocopier and paper. What do you think? Photocopier is a machine that uses paper. So paper is a kind of supply. So in this case, maybe the photocopier uses paper. 뭔가를 써야 된다. supply가 떨어졌다. 이런 얘기가 가장 적절하겠죠. 서로 잘 지낸다? It's a bit weird. So in this case, run out of is the best choice, right? And actually the next one, the children always blank school as soon as the bell rings. So right after the bell goes off, they just, dash. They just run out of the school. They don't want to be in the school anymore. So they just run. 빨리 뛰쳐나가버린다. 이런 얘기가 되겠죠? 그래서 the children always run out of school. 이렇게 되겠어요. So for number 3 in the blank, the most suitable word, the expression is run out of. Okay? And next one. How well do you blank your colleagues? Well, here, your colleague. Colleague is a person, people. Here, colleagues. That means it's people. So like I explained in the box, well, if you say someone or people at the end, which expression is the one? Yes, get along with. This one, you always have to say with people or person at the end. So, 사람이 나왔으니까 잘 지낸다. 이 정도로 표현이 되겠구나. Get along with. 로 쓰면 되겠어요. I really don't get along with my teacher. She's too strict. In this case, my teacher. She's a person. So, get along with. 가 되겠죠? Of course, like put up with, maybe it's possible. Well, how can you put up with your colleagues, co-workers? Or how well do you put up with your co-workers? Well, they look very grumpy. 되게 심술 맞은 것 같은데 어떻게 참고 잘 지내니? Of course, it makes sense. And actually, the second one also makes sense. I really don't put up with my teacher. I can't stand her. She's too strict. 못 참겠어. 못 견디겠어. Of course, it's right. We can make sense. But here, in number one, we already put up with the expression in the blank, so we can't use it here. We just cross it out. possibility에서 빼내는 거죠. 들어갈 수도 있긴 하지만 위에서 이미 쓰였어요. 위에서 이미 쓰인 것이 좀 더 more appropriate. 1번 케이스에 좀 더 알맞거든요. 그래서 4번에서는 get along with is the best. 말은 되지만 이 문제상에서는 이렇게 되겠다. 앞에 게 좀 더 맞아서 거기다 이미 집어넣어서 썼으므로 we can't use it again. So here, get along with is the best. Okay, number 5. She's blank going on vacation. We're blank meeting you very much. Well, here, going, meeting, what are they? Gerund, 동명사죠. 자, 끝에 동명사가 오는 거. What was that expression? Yes, looking forward to. Because to is preposition. And here, she's looking forward to going on vacation. She really wants to go on a vacation. She anticipates. And we are looking forward to meeting you. We really want to meet you. 이런 얘기죠. 자, 그러면 from number 1 to number 5, 어떤 게 idiomatic, 어떤 게 just a literal use인지 잠깐 다시 한번 쭉 살펴볼까요? Number 1, how do you manage to put up with the noise? 어떻게 견뎌? Idiomatic. So some parents have to put up with bad behavior. That's idiomatic too, right? Put up with 자체가 뭔가를 참다. 사실 if you just translate put up, literally, word by word, that means put something up. 어떤 거를 올려놓는다의 뜻이에요. 만약에 literal하게 해석하고자 하면 그럴 때는 with를 쓰지 않죠. 물론 뭐 어떤 걸 여기에 올리는데 뭐 사다리를 타고 올라갔어. 아니 뭘 사용해서 올렸어. 이렇게 해석할 수 있는 경우. 그럴 때는 literal uses가 되는 거죠. So, just for example, like I put this book up the shelf with this rod. 이 짝대기를 이용해서 이 책을 이렇게 올렸어. 이렇게 한다면 literal. But in number one, stand, tolerate. 그래서 이것은 idiomatic. 둘 다 idiomatic이에요. And number two, I have to come up with an idea and we need to come up with a solution. 자, 둘 다 idiomatic이 되는 거죠. 뭔가 생각해내야 된다. 이런 얘기니까요. 만약에 literally, 그러면 come up, 다가오다. 이런 얘기가 되는 거예요. 근데 여기선 다가오다 뜻 아니었으니까 이것도 idiomatic. And number three, photocopier run out of paper. 모자란다. It's idiomatic. But the second one, children always run out of the class, run out of school. It's literal. 진짜 막 뛰어나가는 거죠. 이럴 때는 literal. 그래서 3번 케이스는요. 첫 번째 게 idiomatic, second one is literal. Number four, how well do you get along with coworkers? I really don't get along with my teacher. 모두 다 사람하고 잘 지내지 못하는 거죠. 요럴 때에는 idiomatic. 만약에 이걸 literally 해석을 하고자 한다면 get along. 뭔가 이렇게 쭉 늘어선 거를 말해야 돼요. 어디 이렇게 갈 때 뭐 나무들이 거기 되게 쭉 늘어서 있더라. 뭐 이렇게 얘기할 때요. 자, number five. She's looking forward to. We are looking forward to meeting. 뭔가를 기대하는 거. 이것도 기대한다의 뜻으로서 idiomatic. 만약에 literally 표현하려면 앞쪽으로 이렇게 내밀어야 되는 거죠. Look forward. 이렇게 진짜 literally. Okay? Okay, so I just explained the important facts here today. Phrasal verbs, idiomatic and literal expression, like usage. 자, situation별로 여러분들이 common sense를 이용해서 잘 이용해서 한번 사용해 보시고요. 오케이, 오늘은 그러면 여기까지 하고요. 다음 시간에는 Unit 8로 넘어가도록 하겠습니다. Okay, have a good day. See you next time. Bye bye.